Hi, I'm Kimberly McAlligood. I live in North Carolina now for 12, almost 12 years. I moved here in 2010 with my daughter, uh, whose husband is a Marine, and she's since moved back to Oklahoma, where I grew up. I grew up there outside of Tulsa on a pecan farm. My grandfather ran the pecan farm. He was asked many times to write a book on pecan farming because he was an expertise in that field. My grandmother was an expertise also in gardening and in growing things, as she hybridized roses and irises. They both had a very good sense of business, and they made a lot of money in oil and in businesses over the years and became quite wealthy. My father was in aerospace and for most of his career, and my mother was a freelance writer and a homemaker. It was very important to my parents that all of us kids were educated and that we spoke with clarity, and I guess that's why I became a communications major, but my heart was in medicine, and although my education is in English and communications, I did go back to become a physician's assistant, and I'm just shy of my master's of getting my physician's assistant. My career was in the medical field and actually in administration and in entrepreneurial. I was an administrator of a 75 doctor clinic in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, and I also later was an office manager of an investment banking firm. And then I went into landscaping because I just really loved being outdoors. My grandparents had instilled a love for nature in me, and just growing up on a farm did that to me as well. And so I own my own landscape business. I have either started or been started with other people at least six businesses, four of which are still in existence today, in operation and successful. I have 10 grandchildren who I love dearly, and I have three children. I love living in North Carolina. My husband and I enjoy camping, and we enjoy hiking and being out in nature, and that's why I like that venue of photography is nature photography. But I also like doing other forms of photography as well. I don't like to do weddings per se, but I do like to do casual photography of people when I can catch them off guard. Extemporaneous photography. And I like to do architectural photography, but my true love would be in nature photography. My other hobbies are building furniture from scratch. I do woodworking. I paint both watercolor and acrylic, and I have a plethora of crafts that I do. I like to cook. I like to sew. I do art quilts and traditional quilting. I make jewelry. I sometimes forget all of the different crafts that I do, and there was one time that my husband and I went to an art gallery, and I do like to go to art galleries and admire other people's work and also get ideas. But one time we went in an art gallery, and my husband said, "Why are we going in here? You do everything that is displayed here. And I said, no, I don't do pottery. So that was the only thing that I didn't do in that art gallery. But I've mastered many different crafts, and the ones that I haven't mastered, I probably have given up. I have friends from all walks of life, and I enjoy that. I feel that you make friends by being friendly, and if you aren't friendly to people then and haven't made friends, then it's probably your own fault. I think there's friends to be had everywhere, and I hope that what I have in my presentation today is something that you can gain some knowledge from and that you will use. Thank you. I'm going to show you a few butterfly shots here that my friends will laugh and tell you that I have a lot of butterfly shots because I do like them, and that I should have a bumper sticker that says I break for butterflies. One frosty morning in early fall, we were driving around and I saw these round balls on the ground right off of the road. And I told my husband to stop because I couldn't figure out what it was I was seeing. And so we stopped and we were watching and unfurled these little baby quail. And there were about 24 of them. And they just started moving around. And I was photographing them, and as I photographed them, I realized the parents weren't with them, so I was able to get out, and I got it within 7 feet of them, and I was just elated to be able to get so close to them and take so many pictures of them, and it was just really a highlight of my month or several months to be able to take pictures of these baby quail. And they were so cute and just so round and such butterballs. I wasn't familiar with the green heron until I moved to North Carolina, and I find them so intriguing and funny to watch how they morph into different shapes and how they are able to camouflage themselves. They're just very unique birds. Prairie warbler is another bird that I wasn't familiar with until recently, and they make such a high trill. There's very pretty sound to their call. I didn't realize how long the eyelashes or feathers right above the tufted titmouse are very long. This is the yellow-rumped warbler. Yellow-bellied sapsucker. Yellow-throated warbler. Barred owl. A rafter of turkeys we found walking down the road. When finding animals, you have to keep your eyes open at all times. We've come across animals by chance most of the time, never knowing they were there. But if you keep your surroundings in mind at all times, knowing how they look from a day-to-day basis, how they change in the weather, you'll be far more likely to spot things. We came across this bobcat family, and it was actually both the male and female with kittens, and then I will have one kitten by itself on the side of the road a few weeks later that I found. The fox and the coyote both were by chance. didn't expect them, but we knew the roads and were familiar with the area and knew what to look for and what was not normally there. So just keep your eyes open and you'll find things that you didn't expect. If you get into nature photography or any form of photography, no matter the genre, it's always good to explore other venues in photography. Like I like to do architectural photography because it keeps your mind sharp and your eye open to other areas of photography, and you look at different angles, you see things, different light, and it requires different light, so it keeps your mind active in the different ways of looking at different shapes and things. So it's always good to cross over a little bit into other venues of photography. Please be sure that wherever you do photograph, that you have permission to be on the land that you're photographing, whether it be pit mining or nature photography or anywhere, that you've always gained permission to be there. Weather phenomena, changing seasons are great ways to capture photography. I took the ice storm, I took the fall seasons, and I took a lot of different photography, sunrises, sunsets, great ways to capture photography. I snuck in a picture of a mountain sunset here, but remember in Anson County we also have beautiful sunrises and sunsets. One thing I love about North Carolina is the long sunsets, and we have beautiful scenery here with the foothills, and we have fishing here. There's plenty of things to do. All you have to do is look around. Anson County is a gorgeous place to live. I like it here. I've lived here for 12 years, and I like to call this place home. Thank you.